Hi, I'm Lee Partridge and welcome back to Col U TV. It's our midweek show as we look ahead to this week's game against Rochdale. It's been a great start to the season so far for us here at Col U. 2 wins from 2 and 5 new additions to the squad. And we're not even halfway through January. And we've obviously got that game at the weekend, a very important game. And a big 3 points once again. You can get your tickets online for that. All the information is on our website. Right, let's get started with the show. Let's take a look back at that brilliant win on Saturday and then some post-match thoughts and reaction from Noah Chilvers.
No, that was an excellent team performance.
Yeah, I think we've played better. We've definitely played better on the ball and things like that, but the grit we showed throughout the game to grind out that result was quality.
You say the team's played better, but has the team attacked better than that?
I think we were clinical, yeah, definitely very clinical in the chances we did get when we managed to cut through them. But even then, I think at times we did have times where our final pass could have even been better. So yeah, we attacked brilliantly today. Samson and John always going to be a threat. Pleasure to play with for myself, just working off them two, and with the attacking fullbacks we've got as well. Yeah, we're a threat to any team. So yeah, we created a lot of chances that we could have maybe done better with, but yeah, when we did get the clear-cut chance, we were clinical today.
Calm finish from John Akinde.
Yeah, proper finish, real good finish.
And you yourself popping up with a header?
Yeah, I know. To be fair, I've actually scored a good few headers in my career now, so to be fair, I thought I was going to get clattered from the keeper, but yeah, no, it just feels good to be back on the score sheet. It's been a while.
Is that all about being brave to put your head in the place where it might get hurt?
Yeah, pretty much. We've been working on free kicks like that. Dallo flicking it on and me kind of gambling as if he's not going to win it. He did win it, flicked it on to me, and yeah, just kind of got to go in there knowing I could get smashed from the goalie. Thankfully I didn't, and thankfully it went over the line as well. Yeah,
you're saying you're first for some time, but in fairness, you haven't had much game time.
Yeah, it's been a frustrating time for me. Yeah, it's been tough not playing. It's what I love to do, but yeah, I'm back in now and I think I'm taking my opportunities.
And in fairness, you've been back in for some time now. You're very much involved with things again, which is what you want.
Yeah, I think I've got back to over the last 3-4 games where we had them 3 games in a week. It was tough for me physically, having not played for a few months, but I think I managed to play well throughout, and yeah, it just feels good to be back in the team. While I was out, I was training well, a lot of dialogue with the manager, so it wasn't as if I was being froze out. Just wanted to see a few things from me, and I think I've managed to do that, and hopefully I can keep kicking on now.
I think you've kind of answered this question, but it's up to you what to make of it. But for the last couple of years, you being one of the first names on the team sheet. It has been a genuine surprise to all of us to see you, and this happened before Matt came in, to see you not in the first team. It's been so hard for you.
Yeah, it was frustrating, very frustrating, because all I want to do is play, and I know what I can do, I know what I can bring to the team. I think I've showed it over the last 3-4 games, and yeah, so for me it's just about maintaining them standards week in, week out, getting in the goals, and yeah.
What did you make? I don't think you're going to get any much credit for this, but what did you make of the third goal, the work by Samson Tavide, and then not to shoot and pass to Junior Chamedy?
Yeah. To be honest, I said to Sam, I think that's the best thing I've ever seen him do. That was the run.
You mean that in a positive way, don't you?
In a positive way, yeah. I've seen him do some good things, but I fully expected him to shoot. I didn't even see Junior myself, to be honest. I was already celebrating Samson's goal. So when he squared it, yeah, quality. Samson's been unreal since he's come in for such a young boy. Same as Junior, both 18, 19, it's mental. So yeah, they've been quality.
3 wins in 4.
Yeah, 3 wins in 4. We'll take that. We've got to keep positive and keep going. Don't rest on our laurels now. We've got to keep doing it.
New signings coming in.
Yeah.
That's strengthened the squad. Everyone says good things, but I guess when you're back in the side, you're probably thinking we don't need that many new signings.
No, it's good, healthy competition, as people I'm sure always say to you as a cliche, but yeah, it's healthy competition. The new boys have come on today, did well, settled in well, so yeah, we'll see what they can bring to us.
Make it hard for them to get into the side.
That's the plan for myself, that's the plan for all the boys. When you're playing, you've got to do what you can to keep your shirt. I think we've done that over the last few games, but yeah, like as I say, a competitive squad is what you need.
A brilliant and an important 3 points there, and good to see Noah get back amongst the goals. I mean, the other 2 goals, some fancy footwork from John and a great finish into the far corner. And the third goal, well, what can you say? Young Samson picking the ball up, getting possession, running half the length of the pitch, and to have the awareness and maturity to square the ball to young Junior also to get the third. Fantastic goal. Good afternoon all round in North Yorkshire, and they'll be hoping to continue that form at Spotland this weekend, but there's going to be plenty of competition in the squad for places with the new arrivals. First of which is towering defender Connor Hall, who arrived from Port Vale, and we caught up with him here in the studio last week.
Connor, signed for Colchester United. How did you find out the news, and how excited are you about the next stage of your career?
Yeah, I found out through Port Vale first of all. Obviously, realised there was interest from Colchester. And straight away it was appealing to me. It's a lot closer to home, and then having chats with my agent and with you guys, it's a club going in the right direction. I feel I want to be part of that. We've got a big challenge ahead of us this season, and I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, and obviously your knowledge of League Two, you spent the second half of last season, and you must feel you could really hit the ground running, especially as you played so many games in the last 18 months.
Yeah, definitely. I'm fit. I'm playing games. So I feel like I can come into this team and give 100%, give the best that I can, and hopefully that will help the team climb up the table.
Yeah, and it must be tough to change and come so quickly after your last move to be moving again. But like I say, was the appeal that it is closer to home because you've been is it Cambridge or Bury you started with?
That was the massive factor in it. Being closer to home, I've never really had that. I've always travelled. Previous clubs, Harrogate, and then obviously Port Vale. It was only this time last year that I'd signed for them, but I've done good things for that club. And now hopefully I can come here and concentrate on doing good things for Colchester.
Yeah, and you obviously looked at Colchester United. You must look at the squad, and do you wonder how Colchester United are down where they are, and that'll be the first thing you want to do, and it lift us up the table a bit? Yeah,
definitely. There's some really experienced lads in the team that have played a lot higher and had really good careers. And whenever I've played against Colchester, I've not won a game. So, yeah, I do look at the table and think how we're that far down, but that we regroup again and look to climb the table second part of the season.
And have you played with or against many of our players, further back in your career?
I think I played against a few of them, when I was obviously last year and at Harrogate, but not come across too many of them. So it'll be exciting to meet them all.
We'll come back to the other new arrival very shortly, Matt J. But it's time to announce December's Goal of the Month winner. and you have picked Alex Newby's excellent free kick against Mansfield Town as your favourite. So let's take a look at that goal once again.
Mansfield have got everyone inside their own box here. Free kick. Newby takes it right footed and scores! He's done it again! He's done it again! Same place in the goal as well. Goalkeeper's got to be getting there, I think. It doesn't matter. Mansfield Town 0, Colchester United 1.
So it was a great strike there from Alex Newby from early in December, and we'll be bringing you another Goal of the Month competition once we're through January. Hopefully, it'll be a goal-filled month for us, but I don't think anything will top the under-21's wonderful win over Saffron Walden in the Essex Senior Cup. Dave Hussey's side made it into double figures with a 10-0 win to make it into the quarterfinals, and we've got all of the goals for you to show now. Plenty of goals and plenty to get excited about there. Not often you get to see that amount of quality of goals in a single game. And we'll keep you up to date with the quarter-final draw as and when it happens. But it's great to see 5 or 6 of those young players there that have been in or around the first team squad over the last couple of seasons. So great to see the academy doing so well. Back to this week's action now, and we'll hear the thoughts from our head coach shortly. But firstly, an interview with our newest arrival, Matt J.
Well, first of all, obviously, welcome to Essex. Were you looking to move because you've made 25 appearances this season, 10 starts. So it seems strange that you've ended up out of Exeter, as it were.
Yeah, I was really looking to move because I think that at the end of the season at Exeter, I probably would have been in the position of not having a contract, and I'd have been looking to move in the summer. So, yeah, I think I was actively looking for a change, and this opportunity came about, and it was something that I just jumped at really, and I'm very happy to be here, and it's been I've only had a few days here so far, but everything seems really good, and I'm really excited for the challenge ahead.
You'll have seen all the messages from Exeter and the Exeter City supporters. It's always a wrench when you leave, I guess, somewhere that you've been linked with and been so close to for so long.
Yeah, it was a tough decision because obviously I was there from such a young age, but it was a decision that had to be made. I felt I've obviously got a young family, and I felt like I needed to move on and go and experience something else. Obviously, the manager was a huge pull for me because he made it very clear that he really liked me as a player and as a person, and hadn't really felt that for a good couple of years. Hadn't really felt that I was wanted so much. So to have that feeling back was a really big pull for me.
Speaking from a personal point of view, obviously remember Exeter tearing it up in this league with yourself and the likes of Randall Williams. So you've got good experience at this level, and you're used to being successful at this level.
Yeah, I think having played a bit in League One this year, obviously I didn't play as much as I would have liked to, but I'm vast experience in this division, and obviously off the back of a very good season, getting promoted with Exeter, I think that I can add a lot of value to the group, and I feel like I'll be very comfortable at this level, but I know that I'm not a finished article, and I've still got plenty to work on. Obviously coming into a new group, new tactics, new formation and things might take a little bit of time, but I'm really looking to sort of hit the ground running and getting in amongst things straight away, because obviously the league position is what it is, and I'm hopeful that I'll be able to help the team push up the league, because we've got having a look at the sort of the next 4, 5, 6 games, some very winnable games, and all of a sudden if you start ticking a few of those off, you look a lot more comfortable. So and I think the group is getting a lot better. Obviously the gaffer's signed 4 or 5 players now, 5 experienced players at this level, and obviously adding to the quality that the group already has, I think that the team seems to be in a good place at the moment.
Yeah, I was going to ask you that. Maybe 4 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, people looking at the situation here and the league standing might have had second thoughts, but have you sort of been encouraged by 3 wins from 4 and a little bit of distance between Colchester and the bottom 2 now? Yeah,
I sort of made a bit of a joke when I came up. I said that you didn't look like you needed me anymore, because obviously a good few results and some good performances as well, and I've been very pleased with what I've seen on the training pitch and around the building. Seems to be a lot of quality. So yeah, I think we need to try and put as much distance between ourselves and sort of the bottom 2. Having a look at the results, obviously a good win last night for Rochdale, and you do start looking at those sorts of things. But ultimately, the group seems to be in a good place, and we'll be looking to keep improving for the second half of the season.
What about you and where you see yourself sort of fitting in then? Because as you mentioned, you're going to have to get used to maybe a different way of the way Colchester go about it from Exeter. Where do you sort of see yourself fitting in, and where have you sort of been told where you might fit into things?
Yeah, anywhere across the sort of the midfield line into the forward line. I don't think I'm going to be an out-and-out striker on my own, but I could certainly play up front with someone else. My favourite position is sort of that number 10 off the striker. But there's obviously competition for places at the moment, and I'm under no illusion that I'm not going to walk into this team. I need to prove myself on the pitch, and yes, the manager's brought me in, but I need to find a way to get into the team and stay into the team. But yeah, that number 10 role, sort of someone who's looking to create things and get into the box and score some goals and some assist some people as well.
As you mentioned, you have a young family. You have to think about things like that. It is in distance a heck of a move across the country, but planning to uproot everyone and you're going to move and settle in? Yeah, so myself and my family have moved in just around the corner from the training ground, which has been really good. I have to say, obviously, a big thanks to the owner and everyone around the club for sort of welcoming us with open arms and making the transition very smooth. And that was a big factor in my decision. I wasn't going to move up here on my own. That was never going to be the case. I always wanted to be with my family, because I feel like
if I'm happy off the pitch, then I'll probably be happier on the pitch and I'll be able to perform a bit better. So yeah, the plan is to sort of find a home up here in the near future. But like I said, I've been really impressed with everything. It almost feels like a bit of a home from home. I'm not, Devon's a lovely part of the world, but this seems to be really nice as well. Not too busy, and it sort of fits my personality pretty well.
You sort of quiet, sort of unassuming off the pitch, and a bit of a family man. Like to keep it quiet.
Absolutely, yeah. You won't see me in the city centre or anything like that. I'll be out around a lake or by the beach or something like that. Very much, love that sort of thing. You won't see me in the pubs and the clubs, that's for sure.
And just finally, as you say, it's 5 new signings now. The 3 who had arrived before last week's game all had to sit it out and wait. So you are sort of contemplating that, look, I am going to maybe have to bide my time and just see what happens.
Yeah, I think, look, if I was in the position of playing in this team over the last 3 games, I wouldn't expect anyone to come in and sort of take my place, especially in the forward areas. Obviously, the big man scored a couple. The big man scored. Chile scored as well. So it's sort of can't really expect to start straight away. But ultimately, all I can control is what I can do on the training pitch. And once I get my chance, hopefully this weekend, to show everyone what I can do. And but yeah, I think that the group's in a good place, and I don't think there'll be too many changes.
Obviously, since we last spoke, 2 more new faces through the door, and more than 50 appearances between them this season in the level above. Lots of starts in there as well. I mean, your recruitment team are working overtime yourself in the recruitment team, aren't you?
Yeah, we've been working really hard over a number of weeks now to make sure we had players in place, and I think the guys have done a fantastic job. Ross is obviously head of recruitment. Dimitri is sporting director. I've been working several hours alongside the guys, so I think they've done an incredible job, and I'm really thankful for them for the work that they've done alongside me and my coaching team.
The latest 2, Connor Hall and Matt Jay, sort of weren't rumoured, weren't mentioned anywhere. Do you think maybe you caught people a little bit off balance with those 2?
Quite possibly. I guess from our side, we've just been trying to work as diligently and as hard as we possibly can over a number of weeks now, like I say, and usually these things kind of find a way of getting out, but those two didn't, which was nice, I guess. We don't really want to do our work publicly. We like to do it as privately as we possibly can. I met both of those guys, and they're just real good guys who have played to a good level for a number of years now. Obviously, both got promoted out of the division in recent history. So we know the qualities that they're going to bring, both on and off the pitch. Like I say, they're both real good people who want to do well, want to keep progressing, want to keep their careers moving forwards. Obviously, different circumstances with Connor being in Cambridge and Matt having to move, a couple hundred miles from home. So both big moves for those guys, but we're really thankful for the trust that they've placed in me and us as a football club to make the next step in their career here with us at Colchester.
Yeah, those 2 in particular, the last 2, which we spoke about in the previous 3 before, but the last 2, experience of promotion and good experience this year playing at the higher level. I mean, these are guys who, if you want to throw them in, you can throw them straight in. Yeah,
exactly, of course, and they've been playing games regularly this season. They're, like you say, they've been successful over the last few years. They've joined a group that, again, I've spoken about. I've been really pleased with the work that they've done. But as we're speaking about those 2, we spoke about the other 3 sort of last week. Those 2 particularly are, like you say, been playing in League One this year, and 2 players I really respect, really rate, and looking forward to getting involved as sooner rather than later.
You have now, if you look through in terms of players that have played regularly this season, including the guys you've signed, you have now a 26-man squad. How difficult is that to manage in terms of keeping people motivated and telling people that, look, you might not be in the matchday 18, you might be sat in the stands?
Yeah, it's really tough, Glenn. I think it's been a situation that I've encountered since I've been here. We've had a big squad. I know we've let a few loanees go back, and obviously, unfortunately, we've lost Judgy and Matty Longstaff to knee injuries, which was really sad for those guys and for us as well, because I like both real good players. So we've had a big squad since I've been here, and it's not an easy situation to navigate. Of course, you want to be the bearer of good news every day and tell everyone they're playing, but we can only pick 11, and you're always going to have players that are either on the bench or, like you say, maybe not even on the bench. So I guess the only way I can deal with that, and the way I try and deal with it, is as honestly and as empathetically as I possibly can. I respect all the players that are here. Anyone who has a professional football career, I think, deserves huge praise in terms of the way they must go about their work. So I respect all of the boys, but at the end of the day, I'm here to pick a team. I'm here to try and win as many football matches as we possibly can, and it's my job to do that, and I have to deliver information, good, bad or indifferent, in the best way I possibly can.
You have spoken as well about, you want to be fair to the group that are already here, and you have won 3 of your last 4, you haven't won your last 2 away, so those 5 who have come in probably got to be realistic, haven't they?
Of course, and I think we've spoken about that. We've spoken to them about the group that are already here. I've explained to them the respect I have for the group. I've explained to them how I feel they've been playing over a number of weeks now, and how the results have kind of turned in our favour slightly over the last couple of weeks. But equally, we're here to progress and we're here to keep moving forward. So they're respectful of the situation they've walked into, and the lads have welcomed them into the change room, and we have to. My job and our job as employees of this football club is to keep moving forward in the best way we possibly can.
Do you feel in that case that, without looking at individuals, that for the good of certain people here, they will have to move on sooner rather than later to get out and play? Yeah,
I think as a footballer, all you want to do is play on a Saturday afternoon. That's how I always felt, and I know the majority of people are like that. You get some people who are more motivated than others in any kind of walk of life, in any industry, but footballers want to play, and they're paid to play football. So if it's not going to happen at a certain club, then you try and find a resolution to that. And I'm sure over the next little while, if there's people that aren't playing here, we may look to a solution that they can play elsewhere.
Rochdale got a good win at Bradford on Tuesday night. Gillingham got new owners, made a couple of good signings. One from Matt Jay's, obviously, previous club as well. Hartlepool have made a move as well. Everyone's making their move. Crawley are looking for a new manager. There seems to be sort of moving time in January now, doesn't it? And everyone's sort of eyeing everybody else up.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I sat and watched the game last night. Bradford against Rochdale. I thought Rochdale were very good, I must admit. I thought they were full of energy. I thought they had an attacking threat. They were solid. They've changed shape. So we've looked at that as well. We've prepared for both shapes. They've been 4 at the back all season until last night. So we've prepared for both. I sat and watched it. So we're ready for what they may bring in either formation. We've done our research, and like you say, everyone's strengthening. I think the competition down the bottom will get intensified over the second half of the season. So we're certainly not getting carried away with a couple of wins. Certainly not. Our feet are firmly on the floor, Glenn. My boring mantra that I say to you guys every week. It's not even about Saturday. It's about today, getting the work done right today, and tomorrow we move forward day by day. That's the only way I possibly know how to work. I can't look too far in the future because you forget about what's right in front of you. So yeah, we know that everyone's strengthening. We know that it's going to be a tough second half of the season, but we're also confident in the signings we've made. We're confident in the boys that are in the building, and we know the strengths that we're bringing at the moment, and we're working as hard as we possibly can to keep moving forward and keep improving as much as we possibly can.
And it might not just be about you, yourselves, Rochdale, Gillingham, Hartlepool, because you're starting to reel in other sides now, aren't you?
Of course, yeah. I think we have to get the balance right between knowing what's at stake at the bottom of the league, but also looking upwards. We don't want to keep looking over our shoulder all the time. We want to keep being optimistic and looking forward. As long as we're realistic in that approach, I'm happy to do so. I think we need to. I'm not one for looking at the league table. Honestly, I don't study it. For me, that's just an outcome of what you do during the week. So I know certain people like to look at it and study it and know where everyone is. I don't really do that as much as what other people do. I'm more focused on and more obsessed about what we're doing in our everyday lives and how we're going to keep moving forward. And each match is worth 3 points to us, and we want to keep accumulating the points. That's the only way we can be. Obviously, as you get towards the end of the season, the table makes more of an impact on you. But for me, Glenn, it's more about focusing on ourselves and making sure that we're trying to look upwards.
And just finally, just going back to sort of January transfer window, have you had any offers for your players or not? Because there's obviously 2 or 3 who might be attracting attention. Yeah,
I think there's interest in some of our players. I think people have been to watch all season, but as far as I know, it's not. As far as I know, there's been no bids for anybody. I know the chairman is backing us to help move us forward, which is incredible of him to be doing so. And I know that some of our boys are getting watched, which they deserve to be because they're performing well. They're of a young age, and they're performing well in the Football League, so they're going to attract people watching. But for those boys, my message to them is clear and strong. The move will come at the right time, if and when they're performing for Colchester United in the way that they are. So all they can do is focus on their performances here, and what will be in the future. But we don't want anyone in this building who's looking outside of it. It has to be focused on us and what we're doing. and we've got a real good group of lads, you know, and some of the young boys coming through. I'm really proud of the way they conduct themselves. They're in my office, we look through clips, we try to improve them all the time. They work diligently on the training ground. So, you know, we want to make sure that they keep their feet firmly on the ground and that they're trying to improve every game.
There you go. That's pretty much it for this week's show. We'll have all the action and reaction to Saturday's match on next week's show. But here's to another 3 points, a massive 3 points, another U's win and continuing our good form in 2023. Head over to the website to get your tickets and we'll be back next week. If you are heading up to Rochdale, safe journey to and from the game. Have a great week and it's goodbye for now.